The fibers of chrysotile asbestos have been known to mankind for several thousand years. The first chrysotile site in Russia was discovered in 1720 on the banks of the Tagil River in the Ural Mountains. This mineral has been mined for both professional and household purposes. The fibers of chrysotile were mixed with flax to make aprons, gloves, and even paper. In 1885, gold miners came across the largest reserve of chrysotile in the world in the middle of the Urals. Industrial mining began the same year. It is called the Bazhanovskoye deposit. This open-air pit is 12 kilometers long, 2.5 kilometers wide, and 300 meters deep. The second largest deposit is Kiembayevskoye. The length of the pit is more than 2,600 meters, the width almost 1,500 meters, and the depth is about 200 meters. For more than 30 years, mining has been carried out by one of the biggest producers of chrysotile fibers, Orenburg Minerals. It produces more than 500,000 tons of various fibers. Chrysotile asbestos from Russian deposits is famous for the absence of the hazardous substances that are typical of the amphibole group, which makes it safe both during the mining and its use afterwards. Throughout the history of 3 Russian deposits, there have been no cases where the mineral caused illness or epidemics. To find out more about production, we went to Orenburg Minerals Company in the south of the Urals. Asbestos is a stone that crumbles into thin, flexible and firm fibers. 1 kilo of it can make you a 30-kilometer string, more than half of the distance between Manchester and Liverpool. The deposit has a reliable system of the ore mining that also involves its depletion into fibers. Afterwards, they will be sent for manufacturing items that contain chrysotile. The technology for shredding and sorting consists of 3 shredding stages, ore drying, and 4 sorting stages. This method preserves natural and physical features of the fiber as well as its length. All the wastes are later on enriched for the production of sand detritus mixtures. This makes the production waste-free. By the beginning of this century, more than 35,000 kilometers of Russian railroads were sided by the sand detritus mixtures, a byproduct of chrysotile asbestos enrichment. They were also used at the construction of half of the roads in the Urals area. Chrysotile deposit is the only place where you can find this fiber-containing material in its purest form. The production of the fibers in the air may exceed the safety limits. That is why special attention here is paid to the labor protection. In Russia, the regulations for this type of production are stricter than in other countries. For example, the concentration of hazardous substances in Russia should not exceed the 2 milligrams per cubic meter. In Thailand, 5 milligrams per cubic meter. Orenburg Minerals boasts effective air circulation systems with closed cycle for technical water supply. It also involves the set of environmental protection equipment. The process of packaging, storage, and output is fully automatic. Besides, the staff of the deposit has a special protection gear, gas masks, and helmets. Respiration masks are mandatory. Workers will be refused admittance to their workplace without such masks. The mask is replaced more than once during any one shift, along with earplugs in any noisy workplace, and both are under strict control. One of our workers, an old woman, has just celebrated her centenary. She worked at the factory and then transferred to our mine, and she's registered with our council. Her eyesight is poor, but her lungs are sound. Each worker goes through regular medical examinations to avoid problems connected with respiratory tracts. Wherever there's a man, there should be no dust. And wherever there's some dust, there should be no man. That is the key principle of chrysotile production.